The next abstract thinking tool is mastering symbols. So I will talk about this shortly because in other videos I explained this topic in very details. So symbols are abstraction. They represent some complex ideas. So in any profession, when you learn basic concepts, and a lot of times complex concepts are substituted by symbols. Symbols, not usually they are visual, like the signs in chemistry, mathematics, physics, or the law, the paragraph, music, the music notes, but they can be auditory, like a national song represents the country, or it can be olfactory, it can be about touching, like for blind people, the dots, the braille systems, they are symbols, so it can be about touching. So it's about, a symbol is something that you can sense, and a lot of times symbols are also that you can also create, so you can learn, so you can when you manipulate symbols, it means maybe creating symbols, at least understanding symbols, using symbols, and seeing connections between symbols. So whatever you learn, probably you will meet symbols. They represent ideas, sometimes very simple ideas, and sometimes very complex ideas. Language is an example for symbols. There are sounds, and in each culture, in each language, they assign different meaning. So a symbol is something that you can sense, it has a physicality, and the community attached a meaning to that one. So let's say the physicist or mathematicians or the experts in the chemistry, they create their own symbol systems, and people who are new, they have to learn this. So this is an abstract thinking skill, whether you can quickly and correctly master symbols. Sometimes it's very difficult to create a symbol. Sometimes it's very difficult to understand the symbol. For example, in language, you're listening, that, oh, I don't understand. What did you say? I don't understand. That this is about, you don't recognize the symbols, the words, the sounds. And sometimes the meaning is difficult. Maybe some medical term, and there are some symbols, or the legal aspects, or some chemistry. Oh, maybe you have to understand what does it mean. It takes a very long time. So it's a symbol creation, understanding, and using and seeing the real life connection. So most people in school, they struggle that there are formulas. They don't really, they just memorize that, let's say how to calculate the speed is S per T, V. So, but they don't really understand what is S, what is T, what is V. And maybe don't even, the division line that is divided, that is also a symbol. So in mathematics, which is super abstract, everything is a symbol. And then you have to manipulate, and you know, some people, they really have difficulties. How does it fit to the real life? Okay, and even the numbers are symbols. So I don't know how old children are when they really start to understand what does it mean 7, but this is an abstraction. Or the zero, that nothing, that is really difficult to understand, the zero. Or minus 2, what is minus 2? That in the real life, where is minus 2? And then you can come up with some examples, and then it's easier to understand. So be aware that it is a skills, and abstract thinking skills, and when it's partially depends on the domain, so you have to learn those specific symbols, but it's also a kind of generalizable skill that if you are very good at manipulating chemical symbols, if you really understand, if you can understand, I always have to connect to real life experiences and what does it mean in chemistry? C. What is carbon? I never seen a carbon. What is it? So, and when you develop this skill, it means that you can move to higher abstraction level. You can become an expert much faster because symbol manipulation is symbols are shortcuts. So this is the main point. They are shortcuts. Instead of explaining everything what it means, you have a symbol and then utilize it like music. They have symbols. How can they communicate ideas? So and then they have to connect what do I have to do when I see this musical symbol? I should raise my voice, for example. So you have to be able to symbol to move your body. So speaking a language is about, you have abstract rules, you have sounds that you have to learn the meaning. So you have to be able to abstract level that what are in this specific situation, what is the grammar rule, what is the word, which is just an arbitrary sound, and finding the good meaning. So you have to be able to manipulate symbols subconsciously. So actually the real high level learning happens when you practice something so often that the symbol itself has a meaningful, it has a very deep meaning. Instead of every time you have to think what in physics, v, velocity, speed, what is speed? If every time you have to think that it doesn't serve the meaning, it's something that you make a shortcut and you can very quickly associate with this, and then not just understanding symbol, then the manipulation. Like in mathematics, you add, divide, square root, logarithm. So you have a lot of very abstract methodology. That log, like LG or LOG, this is a process what to do with some symbols. So there are symbols that represent something specific, and other symbols represent a process, or it's an instruction to do this. Log, it means that A log B, so what to do with these two things, or formulas that you put the things that use this to calculate, let's say the circumference of a circle. And okay, very good. When I ask people to explain what is pi, so the 3.14, what is it? How is it created? Most people only say that it's 3.14. That's all. And okay, what is it? Where does it come from? And I would say that at least 80% of the people cannot explain. So a lot of times people learn that how to calculate the territory, the area of a circle, and the r square p. So I have to multiply. Okay, maybe they know what is r. Okay, r, or d, the diameter, or half of the diameter. Maybe they understand, and then multiply by. So there is a formula, and they have no idea why is it 3.14. How did they calculate it? And if you don't know, then check it out.